Yo, what up? It's your boy, Mr. E, and today we're going to talk a little bit about bar graphs. Bar graphs are something that you probably are a little familiar with. You've talked about this in previous grades before, but we're going to talk a little bit about what we specifically expect fifth graders to do when it comes to bar graphs. Now, the teachers and I were talking, Miss Morris, Miss Pilar, and I, and we couldn't think of a better way to teach you guys than sharing this really long video with you guys. There's just lots of information that goes with bar graphs. So I'm really sorry. This video is about 30 minutes. But just bear with me, watch it. Try not to get too bored as you're watching it. I hope you enjoy it, but I'm sorry, guys.
Got him! Got him!
Y'all thought you were about to have to watch a 30-minute long video. I would never do that to you guys. April Fools, you're supposed to be watching this on the 1st of April. Hope you guys have a little fun with April Fools today. I did want to show you, though, a video that always cracks me up. It's one of my favorite vines of all time that has to do with graphs.
Look at this graph!
That always cracks me up. I think that it's hilarious that so many people change that song to make it something funny. I was hearing that Nickelback was really confused about the whole social distancing and home and shelter stuff because their concerts have been going pretty much as normal. Nobody's showing up to them. Hope none of you guys are Nickelback fans and I didn't just roast one of your favorite bands. But hope you enjoyed those 2 videos. But let's get down to business now, okay? So here's some examples of bar graphs, okay? On the left over here, we have an example of a qualitative bar graph, and we have an example of a quantitative bar graph. Now remember, qualitative means that it has qualities like colors, textures, those kind of things, and quantitatives are things that you can count, things that you can measure. So good graphs always have a title, and they always label the X and Y axis. Ooh, this one needs something under here. Maybe types of pets would be a great thing. They label them with numbers. They have different colors. You can see on this one, it has shoe size. It has numbers of students. And bar graphs are just a really easy way to see on this side. Oh, the type of pet that this group of people owns, the cat's the most one. On this one, the shoe size that was the most was 7. So data analysis is really cool because you can see things a little bit easier rather than having to go through and look at all the specific numbers. So those are a couple examples of bar graphs and how to read them. Now we're going to talk a little bit about how we could create our own bar graph. So one thing when we're creating our own bar graph is we want to have a set of data, and what we have here is our favorite types of movies. Another thing that we want to have is to make sure that we have labeled our bar graph as best as we possibly can. So we have the title right here, okay? Down here, we should probably label the x-axis as types of movies. This is probably going to take a little longer than I was hoping. Types of movies. I'm going to abbreviate because I'm a mathematician and we're lazy. Types of movies, okay? And I don't really have any space over here, but I would label this as like number of people, okay? I'll put in a little hashtag symbol. That also means a number for those of you that don't know that, okay? So you want to make sure everything's labeled really well. Also, when you make bar graphs, it's a good idea to try to use different colors. We don't always have different colors, but it can be helpful, okay? So what I can see here is that comedy has 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little bar, and I'm going to have that at 4. If you want to shade it in, you can. You don't have to. Something that I really recommend doing when you have bar graphs, either when you're creating them or when you're reading them, is put that number at the top so that you're not having to go back and forth to check what number it is, okay? All right, the next favorite type of movie is action. So action had 5. Now, something that I notice is that the way my graph is set up, it is skip counting by 2s. So we only have even numbers. So the way I'd figure out where I'd put action is I'd find halfway between 4 and 6, and then I would draw my line, okay? So that's what would show us 5. So we make our bar here. Again, you can color it in if you'd like to. Definitely don't have to though, okay? I really do recommend making sure that you put the number on top of the bar. That way, it's just a lot easier to read and you don't make a simple mistake. Okay. Moving on to romance. Romance is going to be at 6. So that's going to be somewhere around here. Also important to try to make sure that your bars are of the same width. Mr. Ellsbury is doing a little bit of a poor job of that, but you want to make sure that they're all the same size so it doesn't look different. Okay. Next one we have is drama, and I am shocked that drama only has 1. I'm sure that there's more drama fans out there than just 1, but apparently in this poll that they took, there was only 1. Okay. And then our last type is sci-fi. I really enjoy sci-fi movies. In fact, my first date with my wife was to go see Star Wars. So sci-fi movies will always have a very special spot in my heart. And that one has 4. Okay. So we've created a bar graph now, and it's just a little bit easier to visualize and see, oh, romance movies are the most favorite type of movie in this poll that was taken. Um, and you can see it with the different colors and the different sizes rather than having to look at numbers. Remember, I highly recommend whether you're reading or creating bar graphs that you put those numbers at the top, okay? And if you ever have it where it's skip counting, just check. If it's halfway in between, okay, that means that halfway between 4 and 6 would be 5, okay? So now we are masters at being able to read and create bar graphs. I think that you guys could probably go around and make some bar graphs of your own. Maybe you could poll your family members on their favorite type of candies, or maybe you could count some things and make a bar graph out of that. Bar graphs are really, really easy and fun to make, and it can represent data in really interesting ways. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are having a great week. We love you and we miss you guys a lot, and we'll see you later. Bye. Yes, Kaylee, I'm sure I want 10 quesadillas. Oh, you guys are still here? What are y'all doing here? Go outside, go play. Go do something fun. Math's over.